Hello, children. Welcome to the world of science. In this module, we will be learning about fiber to fabric, chapter 3 of class 7 science textbook. To start with the introduction of the chapter, we have natural fibers. The fibers which are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fibers. Man-made fibers or synthetic fibers. The fibers that are created from chemicals are called man-made fibers. Examples: nylon, acrylic, terylene, terrycotton, polyester, etc. There are two types of natural fibers, that is plant fibers and animal fibers. The fibers which are obtained from plants are called plant fibers. Example: cotton and jute. The fibers which are obtained from animals are called animal fibers. Example: silk and wool. Now here we have a flow chart which tells about the distribution of fibers into two categories, that is natural and synthetic fibers. And again natural fibers distributed into two, that is animal fibers and plant fibers. Now here we will be studying about the processing of a fiber into fabric. Fiber is first spun into yarn and then woven into fabric. What is a fiber? A material which is available in the form of fine, thin and continuous strand is called fiber. The fiber is converted into yarns. Yarns are made up of thin strands called fiber. The cloth produced by weaving or knitting textile fiber or a number of yarns woven together is called fabric. Now let us study about animal fibers. The two important and common animal fibers are wool and silk. Wool is obtained from sheep, goat, yak, camel, llama, alpaca, etc. Silk is obtained from cocoon of the silkworm. Now let us study about wool. Wool is obtained from the fleece of wool-yielding animals. These animals live mostly in cold climates. These animals have a thick coat of hair on their bodies. The thick coat of hair traps a lot of air and keeps the body warm, as air is a bad conductor of heat. It prevents the warmth of the body from escaping and also prevents the coldness of the surrounding air from entering the body. For obtaining wool, animals are reared and then their hair is cut and processed into wool. Now moving on further, let us discover more about wool. What is wool? Wool is soft, wavy hair or fur that covers the body of animals like sheep and goat. Because of the wavy fibers, the fabric made of wool have more bulk and trap more air. The woolen fabrics keep the body warm and helps to trap heat of the body during cold winters. Wool fibers are obtained from animal hair, then converted to woolen yarn, then to woolen fabrics, and finally to clothes like sweaters. How does wool help the animal? The hairy coat of sheep or goat is referred to as fleece or wool. Wool keeps the animal warm during winter season as it traps a lot of air and prevents the body heat from escaping. Wool is removed once a year during beginning of summer. By winter season, the thick hair grows back again. The quality of wool depends on the type of wool fiber obtained from the animal. Fleece and wool-bearing animals. Fleece and wool-bearing animals like sheep, goat, camel, yak, etc. bear two types of hair, that is coarse hair and fine soft underhair. Fine soft hair is found close to the skin in such animals. The fine soft underhair of animal like sheep, goat, etc. is called fleece. Animals having fine soft hair on their body are called wool-bearing animals, obtained by a special process called selective breeding. Selective breeding is a process of selecting the parents for obtaining special characteristics in their offsprings. Now let us see the animals that yield wool. The quality of the wool depends upon the animal from which it is obtained. Now let us see some more examples of wool yielding animals. Sheep, goat, yak, llama, camel and alpaca. Angora wool and mohair, a fine quality of white and lustrous wool, are obtained from very fine and soft hair of Angora goats used for making shawls. Angora goats are found in hilly regions such as Jammu and Kashmir. Cashmere and Pashmina wool are obtained from goats found in the mountains of Kashmir and Tibet. Camel hair is also used as wool. Several breeds of wool yielding animals are found in different parts of the world. Now here we have a table which tells us about some Indian breeds of sheep, such as Lohi, found in Rajasthan and Punjab, Rampuri Bushehr, found in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh, Nalli, that is found in Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab, Bhakarwal, found in Jammu and Kashmir, Marwari, found in Gujarat, and Patanwadi, also found in Gujarat. Now let us study about production of wool. Wool is mainly obtained from sheep. For this, sheep are reared and bred. Then their hair is cut and processed into wool. Now we will study about rearing and breeding of sheep and how the wool is obtained and processed. Rearing of sheep means to look after sheep by providing them food, shelter and health care. People who rear sheep are called shepherds. Sheep are reared for producing wool. Sheep are herbivores and mainly eat grass and leaves. They are also fed a mixture of pulses, corn, jowar, oil cakes and minerals. They are usually fed twice a day or allowed to graze in a pasture. In winter, sheep are kept indoors and fed on leaves, grain and dry fodder. Now moving on to breeding of sheep. Breeding is done to obtain sheep with desired characteristics. Sheep that have a thick coat of hair and fine texture are called sheep of good breed. Sheep are selectively bred by choosing parent sheep from the good breed to obtain offsprings with good quality wool. This process is known as selective breeding. When the reared sheep develops a good thick coat of hair, the hair is shaved off to get wool fiber. The woolen coat of sheep or long-haired goat, after being sheared, is called fleece. From the fleece, wool fiber is obtained and processed into wool. Here we have a picture which depicts how wool fiber is obtained from the sheep and then processed into wool. Now let us understand the steps followed one by one. First, shearing. Shaving off the hairy coat. Second, scoring. Cleaning of the hairy coat. Third, sorting. Separating the different quality of hair. Fourth, combing. Straightening the woolen fiber. Fifth, dyeing. Dyeing of wool fibers. Sixth, spinning, weaving and knitting to make wool yarn. Now let us understand each step involved in this process one by one. First, shearing. The fleece of sheep is removed from its body along with a thin layer of skin by using machines. The process of removal of the fleece from animal is called shearing. The uppermost layer of skin below the hair is dead skin. Hence, shearing does not hurt the sheep. The hairy skin is always removed in one piece by machines or clippers. Shearing is done just once a year, during the beginning of summer in the hot season, so that sheep get new hair before the winter starts and have a thick protective cover again. From these hair, wool fibers are obtained, which are processed to obtain woolen yarn. Second step, scoring. It is a process of thoroughly washing the fleece or sheared skin and hair to remove grease, dust and dirt. The high level of grease is removed by washing with detergent and alkali in tanks by machines. Third step, sorting. It is a process of separating or sorting the different textures of hair. Sorting is usually done in factories. Hair of the same sheep has different qualities of wool fiber like short, long, coarse and fine. During sorting, different types of wool are separated and kept in different sections. Fourth step, combing. It is a process of removing, that is combing out, small fluffy fibers called burrs from the hair and straightening the entangled woolen fibers. Burrs are small fluffy fibers that can sometimes be seen on woolen sweaters. After the burrs are removed, wool fiber is scoured again and dried. Combing is done by using combs with metal teeth. Now the wool is ready to be drawn into fibers. Fifth step, dyeing. It is a process of coloring the wool fiber in different colors after sorting and combing. Natural color of wool of sheep and goat is white, brown or black, but it can be dyed in different colors. Final step, spinning. It is a process of spinning the wool fiber to make wool yarn. The wool yarn can be knitted or weaved to make the fabrics. The longer fibers are spun into thick wool yarn, which is used for knitting sweaters, while the shorter fibers are spun into fine wool yarn, which are used for weaving on a loom to make shawls. From the woolen yarn, woolen cloths like sweaters are made by knitting, and woolen fabric is made by weaving. Another animal natural fiber is silk. Silk is the strongest natural fiber made of protein. Now we will study in detail about silk. What is silk? Silk is a fine, soft and shining natural fiber obtained from the cocoon of silk moth. The silk moth lives on the leaves of mulberry plants. What is sericulture? Silkworms are reared to produce silk, and this is known as sericulture. Silk fiber obtained from silkworms is converted into silk yarn and then into silk cloth. The silk cloth is used to make saris and dresses. Soft looking silk yarn is highly elastic and very strong. It is as strong as a thread of steel. Now let us study about types of silk. India produces many varieties of silk, each obtained from a different type of silkworm. The four commercially known varieties of silk are mulberry silk, tussar silk, eri silk, and muga silk. Silk fibers are obtained from silk cocoon, then they are processed to get silk yarn, from which silk fabric and silk cloths like saris are made. Life cycle of silk moth. Life cycle of a silk moth consists of the following stages: eggs, caterpillar or silkworm, pupa, and silk moth. The female moth lays its eggs on the leaves of mulberry tree. The eggs hatch into larvae called caterpillars or silkworms, which feed on the mulberry leaves and grow fast. After 4 to 6 weeks, they achieve their maximum size and stop eating. A fully grown silkworm attaches itself to a twig and stops moving. It weaves a cover around itself and is called a pupa. The pupa starts secreting silk fibers from the glands in its head until it is completely covered with them. The fibers harden when exposed to air and form a shell-like structure around the pupa. This hard covering is known as cocoon. Further development of pupa occurs inside the cocoon until it changes into a moth and emerges out of the cocoon. Obtaining silk fiber. If the adult moth is allowed to emerge from the cocoon naturally, it would secrete a chemical which would eat the cocoon and the silk fiber will get damaged. Therefore, to obtain silk fiber, silkworm inside the cocoon is not allowed to mature into an adult silk moth. Silk fiber is extracted from the cocoon and made into silk yarn. Let us now once again see all the stages involved. Eggs, hatches to caterpillar or silkworm, converts into pupa in a cocoon, silk fiber from the cocoon is extracted, and finally converted into silk fabric. Production of silk. Silk is obtained from the cocoon of silkworms. For this purpose, silk moths are reared and their cocoons are collected to extract silk fiber. It involves the following processes: rearing of silkworms to obtain cocoons, processing of cocoons to obtain silk fibers, and weaving of silk fiber to obtain silk fabric. Rearing of silkworms. A female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. The eggs of silk moth are stored carefully on paper or cloth strips and sold to silkworm farmers. The farmers keep these eggs at a suitable temperature and humidity under hygienic conditions. When the eggs hatch, larva or silkworm comes out. Silkworms are kept in clean bamboo trays and fed on mulberry leaves. Silkworms eat day and night and become very big. After 25 to 30 days, the caterpillars stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo to spin cocoons. Sometimes small twigs are provided in the tray to which the cocoon gets attached. Now let us understand the processing of cocoons to obtain silk fibers. Reeling of silk. All the cocoons are collected together and placed in hot water or under the sun. Silk fibers separate out due to heat. These silk fibers are taken out from the cocoon and unwound to get long threads of silk. This process is called reeling the silk. Reeling is done by special machines that unwind the silk fibers from the cocoon. Spinning and weaving of silk fiber to obtain silk fabric or cloth. As the silk fibers are very fine, they are combined together or spun to make a thread of raw silk or silk yarn. 3 to 10 strands are usually spun at a time to produce the desired thickness of raw silk. Silk yarn is put into bales and transported to the silk mills. The weavers then weave silk yarn into silk cloth on looms. Dye. The silk fibers are then dyed in different colors. Hope you all enjoyed learning fiber to fabric. Thank you all. God bless you.